Okay, I am live on YouTube now. I don't know how to get the link just yet.
You could just copy it from the pane at the top.
Allegedly, I'm live right now. Okay, yes. And you said just throw it on Facebook?
Yeah, so if you copy the YouTube link, you could just paste it on Facebook, and then it'll show a live feed of what's happening.
Allegedly, I'm live right now. Okay, yes. Right, then I'll tag you all in it. And you said just throw it on Facebook?
Yeah, so if you copy the YouTube link, you can just paste it on.
Sorry, the thing's going all over the place. Everybody, thank you so much for being patient. We're just getting some stuff, little technical difficulties fixed up on this end, but it should get going pretty soon. And post.
I see it. I got tagged at the timeline.
All right.
Yeah, it says starting soon on YouTube, which I think is what you want it to say.
Okay, can everybody see me now?
Yes.
Cool. All right, we're going to get started in just 1 minute. I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay. All right, I just need to switch over the stream and then we'll get fucking ready to rumble. Yeah. There we go. Shit, okay. All right, let's get started. Yay! My name is Adriana McCain, and your father and I are getting a divorce. Welcome to Okay So Like. Thank you so much, everybody, for bearing with me. Just trying to get everything set up. Excuse. But we're here now, and we're ready to learn and laugh and love. Let me just get this out of the way. If you enjoy the show, if you have enjoyed the comics, please by all means go ahead and follow us on social media. We have an Instagram and we're on Facebook. We're on YouTube at Okay So Like Comedy. I don't have a Twitter set up for it because why would I? I'm bad on Twitter. I don't think anybody else would be great either. I mean, just in general. Never mind. Anywho, so I am flying solo today. I do not have Ruben, which means I don't have as much cute banter. Ruben will be showing up later if anybody is really jonesing to see the lad. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and let's see what is in the news, shall we? Let me pull up that young Google Doc and then we will get going. Today is has just certainly been a day, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and fucking rage. Wait, hang on 1 second. Fucked up. Stop sharing. Okay. All right, let's try it one more time. This is going great. There we go. All right, once again, thank you to Okay So Like. Let's go ahead and see what's been in the news. Last night was the final presidential debate. In a departure from the first debate, Trump has had a change in tone with less name-calling and interruptions. This is markedly different from Trump, as it shows that he can dial it back and maybe be even more measured and Ow. I got the sense knocked back into me. Okay. Quibi, the streaming service that hosts 10-minute or less long videos, will shut down after 6 months of service. Wait, an app that appeals to a short attention span fell out of interest with users incredibly quickly? My God, next thing you're going to tell me is that Rudy Giuliani isn't actually tucking in his shirt in Borat 2.
He's been ready. He's pumping it up.
A farmer in Sardinia, Italy, was surprised to see his dog had given birth to a green puppy in an otherwise white litter. So, hell yeah, it turns out shiny Pokemon are real.
Woo!
Washington state officials have located what appears to be the first known nest of Asian giant hornets, aka murder hornets. You know, Anton Chekhov wrote that if you put giant murder hornets in the first act of a year, they have to be nesting and attacking by the third act. So 2020 really studied its literature. Pope Francis surprised Catholics this week by calling for the legalization of same-sex unions. Now, for non-Catholics to understand how big of a deal this is, imagine you're over at a friend's house and their mom says that it's okay for you to drink a beer after tons of your other friends' moms have said that you're an abomination and a sin against God. It is a lot like that. A man has been indicted by a federal grand jury for digging in a cemetery in Yellowstone National Park in search for the Forest Fen treasure. So if you were wondering where Nicolas Cage has been for a while, then now you know.
Nicolas Cage.
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez made her Twitch debut streaming Among Us to an audience over 700,000 people in a voter outreach effort. Republicans have attempted to recreate the effort to no avail.
It's so good.
All right, now everybody, I think that it's very important that we acknowledge and celebrate, honestly, the fact that Ruben is in fact here now. Ruben,
I'm here. So my other show hasn't technically happened yet, so this is on my phone, and then I'm doing that one on my computer, and then I'm gonna leave this one when that one's done and come back on my computer.
The dedication, everybody.
Because right now it looks like I'm covered in a green blanket, and it's not funny to you guys, but it is funny to the people who can't see me at the other show.
But they will see you, and they will see your beautiful head. I see that you have your new shirt. Can you show the people your good new shirt?
Yeah. It says, "Make Guillermo del Toro's Haunted Mansion movie, you cowards," because Disney was going to do it, and then they didn't. Speaking of new clothes, it is fun that I am wearing new clothes because all the rest of my clothes are at Savers because I dropped the wrong bag off a couple days ago and did not realize until today when I was going to do my laundry. And I don't know if you've ever seen an out-of-shape adult man run into a Savers and just like essentially huff all the jeans they have to make sure which ones are his. It's not a good look.
I truly cannot name something more sad than that, and I've watched myself eat a bowl of cereal in the mirror crying, so it's that's pretty fucking rough, dude.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I'm sorry for you. Sorry for it.
I'm going back to Savers tomorrow because I've had 3 shows tonight and I did not have time to go to Savers and really like try and find which clothes were mine. None of them looked like mine, which is good because that either means they didn't put my clothes out yet or my clothes. It means 3 things. They didn't put my clothes out yet, or my clothes sold really fast, or they just threw my clothes in the garbage.
It's very likely they opened your dirty clothes and threw them in the garbage.
They were like, "These are dirty." No.
Cannot hang with these. This looks like you're just gonna be, I don't know, sad and ugly. That's what this flannel says.
Essentially, I'm now wearing this green screen as clothes when originally it was for a bit where I put my head on a ghost body. Now it is because I have no other clothes. That's it.
We're just all sad for you. That's
yeah,
really
it's
not,
cool.
There's no laughing at this anymore. It's actually quite sad. And yet, if anything, that's really awful. Atu just laughed. I think it's hilarious.
I'm just imagining Ruben who doesn't running.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
And then just I know he has a bit of a muffin top, so it's like I could just see the cradle of the muffin just bouncing around and jiggling a little bit, and the back of his shirt hiding. He'll just. I think it'd just be funny. I don't know. I just pictured it in my brain, him running.
Look, Atu, you're not the only one who's laughing at me running. Because, a lot of people got their good laughs in as they saw what I could be described as, no, she's back.
I'm back now. I can't believe I got kicked out of my own fucking Zoom show. This is... This sucks. You know what? We're going to call it tonight. This has been great. I'm so glad that I wasted everybody's time.
Don't give up.
Fuck this. No, I'm just kidding. I have to see this through. Just like Girl Scouts, I have to see this through. So, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get going, all right? Let's just do this thing. All right? Okay. We're gonna start off. We've got your first comic. She runs a couple of Zoom shows. They're a pretty good damn time. Please welcome Ms. Cynthia in public.
Woo. Yeah.
Still voguing. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. That was for no reason. My name is Cynthia Wanji. My Starbucks name is Sophia. But usually I tend to go by just Cynthia, in public, because people tend to butcher and brutalize my last name the way that colonizers had butchered and brutalized my home country of Cameroon. Yeah, there's a couple quiet white people, the only two white people I see. Is it too soon for some of y'all still dealing with the after effects of slavery, colonization? Ryan looks like he's like, I'm still processing. And then Molly's just like, yes, it is too soon. I'm so sorry. Thoughts and prayers for you, Molly. I just want to say, Adriana, that's not the worst heckle I've ever seen. Like, I've literally seen someone being heckled by the wind on a Zoom Zoom set. Like, literally the entire time was just like dicks, masturbation. Like, we just heard like every 10th word. But like it still sounded like the same joke you ever hear out of any. It still sounded like a very stereotypical joke, so it's fine. We caught on. But being from Cameroon, it kind of just means that people always ask me what it's like to be from Cameroon, and that it's a country in Central Africa. And I usually tell people being Cameroonian means that I don't trust government officials. I don't believe in tap water. I don't believe in dishwashers, and I don't believe in divorce. Like, legit, I didn't even know my parents were divorced until I was 16 years old. And they were divorced when I was 8. Like, I legit thought that they just lived apart in 2 separate countries, but like were together but apart. Because that's the thing, it happens. And I was like, oh, I literally only found out because I was applying for colleges, and my mom was just like, here, I'll do that section. And then I peek later. But I just kind of wanted to talk about this fucking crazy ass year, right? I think we're small enough that like we're all one big group, right? The apocalypse has created just a new normal, right? Like waking up at 5 p.m. every day or taking random naps just feels like normal. Not being able to sneeze on a grandma or anything like that feels normal. Not being able to hug your mom, that is somehow normal now. Not treating your yeast infection for 12 weeks, that feels normal. It's just like there's just so many things going on. And like even just recapping to how the year started, right? Like let's just start afresh. Like we started out with World War III, and then Kobe Bryant passed away. And then COVID came in, which launched the current apocalypse that we're living through. And then white people discovered racism. Took them a while. Thoughts and prayers to y'all, but yeah, they discovered racism. And then the fires raged through California to the point that like the sky was not even blue. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how is the sky not blue? How the fuck does the sky go from blue to orange? Like, I literally woke up and I was just like, oh my God, should I be awake or should I be asleep? The sky isn't even awake. Why should I be awake if the sky isn't awake, right? And I look outside, I'm like, I can't breathe outside. So like I'm stuck inside. And my cat also can't go outside because me and him both know that my cat has cat asthma. So he can't deal with like some badass weather that's out there with the orange fucking sky. And we're all just stuck in the house together. My cat's yelling all day and night. And like, I want to go out, but like, I don't want to put jeans on to go outside. And either way, I can't even fit into the jeans because I fucking gained 20 pounds during the apocalypse, right? And what are we supposed to do? Just watch Netflix all the time? Fine, but we watch all of Netflix. Netflix is done. Netflix is over. We're supposed to work during this? No, the world is on fucking fire. The apocalypse is going on. What's the point of working through all this shit? How the fuck did my cat gain 3 pounds? I just want the world to stop. Can we all just agree on that? Yes. Does anyone just want things to just like slow down a little bit? like to just like, because like it just feels like every single fucking week, like bam, 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 like either it's like a presidential debate that like fucks you over and makes you lose your confidence in democracy, or again, there's another fire where like your favorite wine is made and you're like, oh great, I can't breathe this week. Cool. Right. Or like some other unarmed black man gets shot. And it's just like it just feels like 2020 is just a nonstop dumpster fire that keeps rolling down the hill. And it's just catching more and more things on fire as it's rolling down. And I just wanted to stop. But the one thing I'm holding on to is that, you know, even with all the bad, there's some good things that have happened, right? We have to hold on to those that we love. We have to hold on to the things that we like to do. And the way I think about it is that all of us are walking around like a cell phone battery with a bunch of background apps running. Like, you know, the thing with the remember the mask, don't sneeze on the grandma, treat my yeast infection, all this other stuff is just running in the background of our heads. And we don't notice it, but like a background app, it just drains our battery, you know? I think we just have to be very kind to ourselves, kind to one another, and just take care of each other, you know, take care of ourselves, take care of our mental health, physical, spiritual. And I think that's the only thing I really wanted to say in this set, if this could be considered a set, more like a mental breakdown. But really, I just be patient, because like everything takes twice as long because our brain is working overtime trying to process the stressful time that we're in. So don't be mad at yourself. Don't be mad at others. Just treat each other and yourself with compassion and love. And yeah, I hope you lots of love and food and warmth to all of you guys out there. That's my set. Thank you very much, Cynthia in public.
All right, let's give it up for Cynthia.
Woo!
All right, nice job, Cynthia. So I like to kick off every interview by asking just a very simple question. How are you right now? All right, so for my next question, yeah, no, I mean everything. I very much agree with the stuff that you said in your set. Everything is like low-key terrible, but no, I mean I think it is very important to remember to treat ourselves with kindness. So thank you for highlighting that for everybody. But you know what? On lighter things, let's talk about what actually, you know, some of the stuff that the really hard hitting questions, the stuff that matters. Are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Team Edward, because I read the books, and in the end, Jacob fell in love with Bella's baby daughter, anyways, in a weird pedophilic. I don't know. It was a weird way, but he got a girl. Is all I'm gonna say.
He ended up fine. Yeah. That's fair. I am Team read another book. Very much. I did read Twilight when I was a youth because, like, I was in middle school going into high school when, like, that was all coming up. So, it was, of course, just, like, the biggest deal. But I watched, Breaking Dawn Parts 1 and 2 very recently for the first time because I was like, 2 movies for 1 book? Fuck that. It was awful enough with Harry Potter. Never again. It's like, you don't need this long to tell this short of a story. Like, it's fine. You don't have to have every single fucking detail. And with let me just tell you, with Breaking Dawn, absolutely true. But I think that was, I was struck by how awful it was to the point where I, like, carried that with me the next day. Where I would, like, be in the middle of, like, doing laundry and just, like, That's So Raven, just, like, go somewhere else, just remembering how awful that movie was, and then right back into my body and be like, how did I get into this room? It was absolutely surreal. I couldn't recommend it strongly enough.
I think that's how I feel with Bad Dates. It just sticks in my head for a bit, and it's just
And then, yeah, the next thing you know, you're all of a sudden you're standing on top of your car with a lighter and a Molotov cocktail in one hand. What happened? How did I get here?
Now you just reminded me of A Good Place, which is a great show that I just finished. And one of the characters is very fond of Molotov cocktails for any situation, like emotional vulnerability. Molotov cocktail. Gotta get out for the bad guys.
Somebody's baby shower, get them a Molotov cocktail. If you're going to your nephew's bar mitzvah, get a Molotov cocktail. If you're running away from like one security guard at the mall, use a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, but he was also from Jacksonville, Florida, which explained everything. So
absolutely.
Yeah, Florida's
Have you ever been to Florida?
Yeah, I went to Miami actually after I was in a 3.5-year relationship, and within that, basically within a 2-week period, I got in a car accident. I broke up with my boyfriend, and I left a job. So I decided I'm gonna go to fucking Miami, and I did. And then that was the first, actually when I was in Miami, I did stand up for the first time in years. And then it just put me back on the path to where I am today.
That's great. Wow. Florida actually doing something lovely for once. That's fantastic. I have never been to Miami. I went to Gainesville a couple of years ago.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Ruben. It's Gainesville. It's like in northern central Florida. It's where the University of Florida is, which is why I went there. And it was disgusting and awesome. So, Florida's cool, man. Like it's awful, but it's got this weird
parts of it. Yeah. That's I can agree with that.
It's got a weird charm. I can't put my finger on it, but it does have a very weird charm. So I also wanted to ask you, do different colored Fruit Loops taste different, or is that a lie that's been perpetuated by nostalgia media?
100% different.
They do taste different?
Yeah, they use different food dye colorings. I used to read the little things. Yeah, they taste different.
And that's how they taste different, is because they use different food dye?
Well, sorry, not food dye, but like different food flavorings, chemicals.
Okay.
The red one's always the best, though. The red one's the best. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah.
I actually cannot remember the last time I ate Fruit Loops. It's been a long time. It's not my cereal of choice. What's your go-to breakfast cereal? Like, I'm sorry.
I was thinking like Tutti Fruity, like the Tutti roll-ups. Oh, okay. The Fruit Loops. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think they do still taste different. Yeah, because I've tried each one individually. My favorite cereal is actually Raisin Bran Crunch.
Oh my god, how old are you?
Shut up. It has a lot of fiber, okay? And it tastes good, and it has like it's like soft and it's crunchy. There's different textures and shit. It's good.
Raisin Bran Crunch is fine. I will give you that.
Thank you, Molly.
Molly is defending Raisin Bran Crunch. That's fine. It is good. It's better than regular Raisin Bran, but like, I don't know, for that to be like your go-to. Okay, so let's pare this down a little more then. If that's like your favorite like cereal, what's your favorite fun cereal? The one where you have to like convince your mom to let you try it.
Golden Grahams.
Golden Grahams?
Yeah.
What is it about Golden Grahams that just gets your motor
I don't
running?
know. It always made me feel like I was like eating like golden honey or some shit. Like I don't know what it was. Like it just tasted really sweet and really good. I don't know. Like, I mean, I like the Pebbles. I liked all the other ones, but I just felt like I guess I'm just a basic bitch when it comes to cereal. No,
I would say that like going with like a Fruity Pebble is a much more basic answer than Golden Grahams. Because I don't hear a lot of people say like, okay, Golden Grahams is the one for me. A lot of times it's like, ooh, Trix or Cocoa Puffs, which are, fine standard American cereals.
For Cocoa Puffs.
If you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you are welcome here. But I will say that it is kind of a basic answer. But Golden Grams is a pretty solid one to go with. Is is cereal your favorite breakfast food? What kind of fucking question is that? But what is your favorite thing to have for breakfast? Like, let's say that you
I
have
think one of
any
my
reasons.
favorites is it's pretty much like a vegetable omelet, cooked with like some Cameroonian seasonings, and then like with fried plantains. So good.
What kind of vegetables go into that?
I usually put mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, what's it called? Cilantro, and then green bell pepper if I'm feeling fancy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
sardines too, motherfucker. Okay, so not vegetable omelet, so not vegetable, but like sardine veggie omelet.
And therefore, I didn't ask, and therefore, like this interview is actually over. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I mean, like, that does sound good, and like I will not judge you for the sardines because they are a delightful a salty treat to include into your otherwise umami-less omelet or omelet-esque meal. Because is it just like a regular omelet, or is there like a name for it?
No, there's no name for it.
It's just omelet with stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That sounds.
But it feels Cameroonian because we put Cameroonian spice into the spices.
There you go. And therefore you can make it. That's like you add cumin to something and automatically it's Mexican. So that's
What's your go-to omelet?
My go-to omelet. I'm gonna say I am basic. I like a cheddar cheese, a bacon, and we'll throw an avocado into the mix. It's standard. It's pretty tasty. I have ridiculous poops afterwards. It's the best.
Yeah, I was about to say you're making me miss cheese like real hard right now. Like I'm kind of sort of maybe lactose intolerant. And I've been trying to like not eat cheese and it's been working. It's like I have less like bad shit, but I also miss cheese a lot and I wonder if it's worth it.
I mean, well,
Molly,
you have answered your question, which is am I lactose intolerant? Which is, I guess so. Yes.
But I just remembered. So the worst experience I had was I was trying to be really fucking healthy, right? I went to Sprouts and I bought a pizza, but it was a vegan pizza. It was like fake cheese, fake bread, fake sauce, fake sausage or whatever, and I'm like, this looks like really, the box looked like so fucking good. And then like I put it in the oven, I took it out, I took a bite out of it, I was just like, no, fuck it, I'd rather have diarrhea. And then I drove back to the same spot, went next door to where they had like a pizza shop. I bought a pizza, I went home, I ate that pizza. The next morning I had diarrhea. I was just like, still worth it. Still fucking worth it. Like, I think that the technology for fake meat has gone really far, but fake cheese has not progressed that much. Like, the technology is still behind.
Yes, and someday, I think, there will be advance, or there will be advances in science shortly enough. But for now, I think I think that people are just going to have to suffer with bad fake cheese. Cynthia, we have reached the end of our interview, but before we kick you out, get on out of here, girlfriend. I would love to ask you a would you rather. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Cynthia, would you rather only be able to watch horror movies for an entire year or spend a night alone in a haunted house?
Spend a night alone in a haunted house.
That's your final answer.
Final answer.
Okay, there we go.
I can't do horror movies nonstop. Like that's like just like a nonstop nightmare. And then like I think about the movies afterward. I'm just like, what if a clown comes and attacks me the next day on my way to work? Like, what am I gonna do? And then I lose my fucking keys down the drain, and then I can't get to work. And then like I get away from the clown, but I can't get anywhere, so I have to go back to the clown to get my keys. But then I'm fighting to get my keys. I realize I also left my poncho, so I go back to get my poncho. Like, it's just a never-ending loop. And I would just drop shit everywhere, and I would maybe get away, but then always have to go back to get shit that I dropped, And who would feed my cat in between this? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. All right, everybody, please, thank you again, Cynthia. Everybody, please give it up for Cynthia. Thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you, Adriana, for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right, folks, we're gonna go ahead and keep that good little ball rolling with your next comic. He is the host of the Caravan Lounge comedy show. I think that is it. Please put your sweet little hands together for Mr. Atsu Walker.
Yo, I like that introduction though. Right now, like she's like, he's the host of this thing, and I think that's all he does. Good.
Sorry, Atsu.
I wish that was the only thing that I did. Like, I wish there was like, so I do too much. I'm like one of those people that like I have like a secret life. I'm not Batman or anything, but like I could be Batman if I was like wealthy and white. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I fucking hate Batman as a character in general, just because like he just ruins shit all the time. You know, it's nothing like hanging out with a rich dude thinking he could change shit by going out and punching people in the throat. So I don't know. Maybe fucking all white dudes think they're Batman. Fuck them. I want to. Yeah. You know what? I'm also tired of that trope. I don't know if you guys are tired of that trope that like the white man superhero, the guy that like Tom Cruise. He's 4 foot what, like 7.5, and we expecting that little dude to come fucking save our problems. Top Gun my ass, dude. You're not top anything. Fucking everybody was pulling for your homie the Goose, and you fucking ruined it for everybody. You fucking asshole. Anyway, I don't like Tom Cruise anyway. The only good movie he was in Outsiders because he didn't have that many lines. They just needed a little guy. Anyway, moving forward in my life, I'm sorry. I can expose and expose myself on that forever, but I just want to show you guys something. I hope this makes you uncomfortable. I have this in my house, and I'll explain why in just a second.
Oh dear.
Okay, so a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, in 2010, I went on a date with someone. I thought it was like a fun date, and we went on this date to the Cupertino flea market. There's a Cupertino flea market at De Anza College. They have it in a parking lot like every I don't know, a month or so or something like that, when it's hot as balls, and then you have to go buy like a lemonade that costs $7 because you're thirsty as fuck.
Jose said some weirdos were kicking it by the.
Okay, I just wanted to know if that was directed at me, because if I'm your everything, that's a good song to play right there. You know, if you love me, I'm down. Let's you know what I'm saying? Like, if you, I don't know, male or female, if you down to interrupt my set with some beautiful music like that, let's get in the chat box, B. I don't know. But anyway, as I was explaining on my terrible date where I saw this sign, so there was this white lady selling them, and there was only one there, and there was this other one there that was like Uncle Remus, and so I bought that one too.
Oh, no.
I got both of them. I bought Uncle Remus. I bought the Pickaninny Freeze. Because I was upset. I was upset that these signs were at the flea market. And I'm wearing like a dashiki or something, and or Jordans. I don't know. They knew I was black. And then the lady, like, I guess she expected me to negotiate how much they cost. And she said, I'll give them to you for 2 for $5. And then I said to her, what's the normal price? And then she said, well, I usually sell them 2 for $20, but I'll give you a deal. And then I was like, why? Why are you giving me a deal over everyone else? And then she said, you seem nice. And then I said, are you sure you want to give these to me 2 for $10? And she's like, yep. So then I get them. I give her the $10. I get the 2 signs. She puts them in a bag, like, you know, one of those like bags you put, like it's a paper bag, but it's just for this type of item. Like it's just for art, or it's just for like a poster. It's gonna slip in there and everything's cute. And so I was like, oh fuck, where did she get these bags from? And then we proceeded to walk around the whole thing again. Like you go on another round, you know, where you go look at the other side. Like there's 2 rounds. You look at the first side on the flea market, and then you look on this next side. Like it's supposed to be a nice date. You're having a conversation. My date asked me, why the fuck did you buy these? And I said, I just don't want to see them here. And I don't want anybody else to buy them. So I say this, and we walk around again, and for whatever reason, we end up in this lady's stall again, but I'm on the other side, and I turned around to look to see if she had any more, and lo and behold, she had the same fucking signs out there. So she was running game on me, B. I felt bamboozled. And then I had to go home and watch that fucking movie. It'll make you cry. Fucking Spike Lee is doing masterful stuff with that. Damon Wayans. Anyway, that was a long way to get to Bamboozled. I guess you guys are fucking haven't seen that shit. I want to remind people too that I'm not old, okay? I'm a young, strapping, beautiful man, okay? Finger Hut, fuck you, okay? Fuck Finger Hut, man. I hate fucking Finger Hut. They sent me this thing that says, Atu Walker, you have been pre-approved for $600 credit. Like, I don't fuck with Amazon, B. Like, who the fuck does Finger Hut think they am? Like I'm gonna flip through pages to look for shit? I actually did. I did go through Finger Hut. I was trying to compare prices and shit, but like, fuck Finger Hut. They're gonna have me buy a ring system for $26 a month. Fuck Ringer. Ugh. It makes me angry. I don't know why. I'm not old, okay? I'm cute. Look how beautiful I am. I'm a glory god of destiny. I'm one of these people that, like, when you walk up to me and I give you a hug, that hug rings true to the 5th dimension. You know what the 5th dimension is? You can feel it in your heart, bro. That's what my hugs do to people. That's how special I am. You don't know. Finger Hut doesn't know how special I am. If they're going to give me pre-approved credit, it should be for $1 billion. I should own the fucking Finger Hut fucking magazine that's worthless. And who is buying things from Finger Hut? You are. Who? I want to know who. I want to know what old man is taking a dump that has enough money to be like, yo, I'm going to buy an unnecessary fireplace for my cousin on here just to fuck with him. They got fireplaces in Finger Hut. Who buys a fireplace from Finger Hut, bro? What kind of money you got where you're just flipping through the pages and you're like, you know what? I need a fireplace. Oh, Finger Hut has arrived today. They got a sale on fire cuts. Oh, I can get one for $17.99 a month. All right, I'm done with the Finger Hut shit. My blood pressure. I'm cute, okay? Remember how cute I am, okay? Tell your friends. You know, I'm actually free from relationships at this particular point. I got sent a Dear John letter, but it wasn't like a Dear John. It was like, Dear Atu, calm the fuck down, and it's not that serious. But I take things seriously. If I like you, you know before I do. Just wait. It's 100% true. If a woman who's met me knows I like all the women. Like, if you're a woman, I like you already. Like, let's all just be clear. If you're a woman and I'm lonely, you're it. If you talk back to me. So just remember, like, if you're like semi-attractive or like more like on the butch side of lesbian and you're like interested in having a long conversation for no reason, holler at your boy. Because I'm cute. And I got titties. I'm cute and I got titties. And I can read you a bedtime story if you want. Like, if you want a bedtime story, I got good stories. Like the time me and my cousin followed some girls around in 1997 and almost got arrested. It was a lot of fun in high school, you know. Those were the days where you could, like, there wasn't no text messaging, you know, there was beepers. You know, if you had a beeper, you were quite popular back then. If you had a beeper and a cell phone, that means you were a drug dealer and a doctor. So, you know, and so my cousin actually he got a car when he was 17, and me and him are like close in age. He was 17, I was 18, and we're both seniors in the same high school. But that's 10 minutes. Am I supposed to stop? Okay. Was my max time 10 minutes, Adriana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I finish
your story? Finish your story.
Okay, because I never bring up my cousin when I talk comedy. What's up, Molly? You seem very interested in the story. I hope it's riveting.
Hey.
Okay, cool. So me and my cousin did bad stuff in his car, and that's it. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Atu, finish the damn story.
That's it. The more details I get into it, the more like I might risk charges. So
Oh
my God.
got it.
Oh my God.
All right. Well,
it's not like we followed them for several miles honking and throwing burritos at them or anything like that. Like, you know, it was a lot of weird shit we did. I don't know how we got away with it. It's Pasadena. Give it up for Caltech, by the way. You can easily get away with a lot of shit driving around their campus. I don't know why.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, if that's the end of the story, give it up once again for Atu, everybody.
Woo!
Oh, Atu, what a delight it is to have you on the show.
Yeah, you know, I hope it's fun. I'm a kid.
It is fun. We've all been having fun. Don't worry. Oh my gosh, how are you right now?
Well, like in real life, I'm kind of torn apart. Like, you know, I was joking, but I was being serious. I did get like kind of a weird Dear John letter, and then I knew it was coming. You know how you know something is coming because you haven't communicated with a person in a while?
Mm-hmm.
And you just feel like, you know, I'm either going to get flowers one day or some weird fucked up shit, and it's going to fuck with my brain for a couple weeks. And today was fucked up shit, so now I got to deal with it in my brain and then figure out what I'm going to do next. I don't know.
Damn. I'm sorry, dude. That does suck. Like, I know you'll be okay, because, you know, you're...
Oh, yeah. I'm resilient as fuck, but, like, I think also, too... I think a lot of times people discount how much of an impact you actually really have on someone, you know, and... Yeah.
I think that, well, kind of, you know, like, that makes me think about what Cynthia was saying in her set too. It's, you know, it's very important to treat other people with kindness and compassion, because that's how, you know, you don't know how you're gonna have an effect on another person. So it's a weird. It sounds like it's just kind of like a weird reminder of how we're truly not alone in this world.
But I mean, I'm telling you right now, COVID loneliness is real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna front on it. I'm not gonna front on it anymore. Like, all of the decisions I've made since March in terms of like the women that I've been hollering at are all the long shots. Like, I'm not fucking kidding you. Like, every long shot that I could have, the longest of all the shots. Like, I'm trying to holler at girls like that I dated in high school. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like middle school crushes. You're sending text messages to like, yo, I hope you're not dead. You know,
Hey, speaking of which,
That's
Atu, my
like
mom
a
says
quality
thanks for
you make-
calling. I really appreciate you calling my mom like that, Atu. It means a lot.
No problem, B. That's what we do.
Deal breakers is she's dead.
It's just right now. I want, like, I even looked at my baby mama like I'm telling you, like every other week, it's like, yo, she could get it. And then immediately my brain goes, no!
No, because you have to combat that, because that loneliness will lead you to a dark, dark path. It'll lead you to a place where you may have tread that dark, scary water before, and you know that it is shark infested and will only lead you to darkness. It'll be bad.
I'm just telling you, man. Like I'm so glad I haven't made like the worst kind of decisions, like just fuck with like people I know that are bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely going for like, this woman could possibly be good for me. I should holler because she winked at me once. And that was the bee's knees.
It made me feel so happy. Edgar says that a way to fill the loneliness void is Super Taqueria, and I actually agree. Thank you, Super Taqueria, for sponsoring this show. No, Super Taqueria. They didn't pay in only cash.
Edgar was with me today when I got 5 Super Taquerias.
Oh, God. Super tough. What is the best burrito place in San Jose? I need to.
Iguanas.
Okay, that's a long discussion that I don't know if we're ready for, but I have an opinion. Or is this my interview, so no, everyone else has to be quiet about it?
Yes. All right, Atu, and only Atu. Sassy Pants is in the peanut gallery. What, just in a short little paragraph, like a personal statement, what's the best burrito place in San Jose?
Okay. There's like 3 burrito places that actually toast the burrito on the outside. And that's what I like. I like it where the burrito is made or they toast the shell enough where the shell on the outside is toasted. And they melt the cheese on the shell. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So that's what I like. The meat, okay, I'm not interested in the flavor of the meat. I'm interested in how much rice they put and how much beans they put. Because if I can put too much rice and beans, fuck that burrito. Okay? Now, but if they put equal parts rice, beans, and meat, and like guacamole and like hot sauce or pico de gallo or whatever, then I'm good with it. That's like a good burrito to me. And there's one place in San Jose that I like. It's right across the street from a dry cleaner, and it's by a one-way street that goes all the way to the 87, and it's on San Carlos, or I think it's San Carlos, yeah. And it's called El Rojo something. I don't know the name. I think it's El Rojo Taqueria, but it used to be El Gorice before that. But the same owners, they changed their name. And it's a drive-through.
Ooh. That's even better.
It used to be an old Wiener Schnitzel that they converted into a burrito taqueria spot. That's my favorite burrito place.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Because the burritos are huge too.
Ooh. And that's how you know that it's a good place, is that it's like, it's like a hermit crab. It just moves into a building. Doesn't matter what the building looks like. But they're just like, we're here now, and we're about to make some really good burritos. I think that is so important. I completely agree with you on the toasty end for burritos, because Super Talk, if you ask for it, they will do it. They will grill the burrito. They'll make it dorado, as they say. Dorado. They will toast it on nice and up for you. But this place that you're talking about, which you don't even know the name, so I don't know if it's just a fever dream or if
El
it is
Rojo
actually...
Jalapeno.
I'm never gonna know the name. What is it called?
El Rojo Jalapeno.
Thank you, Brandon, doing the work.
And then there's a place on Ray Street that's down the street from that place that's next door to a hair salon.
Is it Taqueria Eduardo?
Yes.
That place rules. That place slaps.
That place
Absolutely.
hard. Slaps 100% hard.
Absolutely goes totally hard. It's very delicious. I mean, these are excellent answers, by the way.
I know food.
Same. I could talk about food all day, but before we continue with all the foods and such, I would love to know what dog breed do you most relate to?
Boxer or no, Pitbull. Pitbull, yeah.
Okay. Show your work. Explain why.
Pitbulls and Rottweilers. Because I grew up with a Rottweiler. I had two or three Rottweilers when I was growing up. And then my Rottweilers would always lose fights to pit bulls in my neighborhood, but my mom would never let us get a pit bull. I always wanted to get a pit bull, but we had a German Shepherd and Rottweilers for a while. And I guess that was a compromise we made in the family, but I always wanted to get like a pit bull. I think if I was to get another dog, the dogs that have been sweetest to me upon meeting them, like other people's rando dogs, the ones that I love the most are pit bulls usually.
Yeah, I find that pit bulls are they definitely get a bad rap, and they're not my favorite dog, but not because of like the bad like reputation. I just like other dogs better. But I think that they can be like super duper sweet, just like you ought to.
Oh yeah. I appreciate it. And plus, I'm an underdog.
Yes, but we're here and we're rooting for you.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
Of course. Atu, I think we gotta wrap up our good little interview real quick. But again, I do like to end every interview with a would you rather. So, are you ready?
Sure, let's go for it.
Okay. Would you rather have every horror movie scare you so much you couldn't sleep, or never be scared by one ever again?
Wait, go ahead. Wait, what?
Okay, so would you rather have every single horror movie, no matter like if it's Hubie Halloween to The Conjuring, they scare the shit out of you to the point where you can't sleep anymore, or would you rather never be scared by one ever again, thus taking out the fun of watching a horror movie?
Okay, I'm gonna go with option B because I don't like horror movies in the first place, and if they weren't fun for me to watch, then I'm with it. I'm tired of white people winning in horror movies. I'm tired. I'm just tired of fucking protagonists like fucking horror movie white dudes just in there murdering people and getting away with it because they can just disappear. So I'm with all the energy of me not ever having to tolerate a bullshit ass horror movie. Now, Lovecraft Country was pretty good. That's all I got to say about that.
There we go. All right, everybody, please put your hands once again together for Atu Walker. Thank you very much for being on the show, Atu. This was so much fun.
Woo!
Yay.
Hell yeah, guys. Okay, folks, it is that time again where I beg you for money. This is, of course, a show that is free to watch, and I hope you guys are all having fun watching it. But I would say that it would be muchly appreciated if you would tip your comedians. Please, by all means, throw some money our way. The Venmo has been dropped into the chat. It is my name, Adriana McCain, squished together, no spaces, with the little @ symbol at the front of it. Please help fund these beautiful artists' dreams, and make me feel like less of a dick. And not waste their time. So that's my pitch. Thank you very much. All right, folks. You have been patient, and for the most part, you have been kind. And thus, please get ready for your dark reward, which is the winner of the World Series of Comedy, aka your headliner, Mr. Ryan Goodcase.
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. I'm very excited to be here in my house where I've been the past 7 months. Very exciting. Thanks to all the people with their screens off and muted. I thank you for depriving us of any sign if you're enjoying the show or not. Just putting yourself in a little Schrodinger's box of entertainment. Appreciate that. Also, Ben Del Castillo, I noticed during that Venmo announcement, neither you or your friend reached for the cell phone. So once again, that's Adriana McCain at Venmo. Just pointing that out there. Look at these guys sitting on a couch wearing matching Warriors hoodies. That's cute. All right. Oh, did someone leave? They hated that me calling them out for the black square so much they walked. All right, that's fair. I feel weird performing to these black squares. I feel like I'm performing to white people's Instagram in June. All these Black Lives Matter squares. But I think I can rally. I feel weird too performing in my room. You guys can see all this shit behind me. Like, oh, Katie, thank you for turning your camera on. I appreciate it. Now I can see that you're not enjoying the show. Perfect. Or I wasn't sure, and then you turned it on. Looked very somber. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my room. I just bought my first unused mattress, which is very exciting. Yeah, I bought a king size mattress, which is great because now I finally have enough space to fall asleep next to my pile of unfolded laundry, which is nice. I just pull it out of the dryer and get to fall asleep next to something warm for once, which is good. Yeah, it has been a lonely 7 months for a single guy during this pandemic. And I know that people are hooking up during this. There's women out there willing to have sex, but the women who are attracted to me aren't risk takers. All right. There's a lot of asthmatics in that group, a lot of high risk individuals. They're staying inside. And oops, I didn't mean to remove that. I'm trying to hide my self view so I don't have to look at my fucking face while I do this show. There we go. All right. Oh, but Ruben's got my face plastered 20 times. I'm trying not to look at my face. I was struggling to finish that joke while covering like my video, and then I look at your video and it's me doing a joke that I'll probably do later in this set. So that's good. Thank you. But I don't care. I'm done feeling sad about not being able to hook up. I'm done with casual sex. No more casual sex for me. I don't like it. I'm moving on to business casual sex, which is when I pay someone to have sex with me. That's the business part. And the casual part is I get to wear khakis. Yeah. They're crotchless khakis. I call them cockers. It's a fun thing that I like to do. I'm also thinking about buying a sex robot, but I'm worried because these sex robots are getting really realistic now. Like they're so realistic that I'm not even sure if I'll know how to turn her on, you know? Like, I don't know if I have to like look for a little button somewhere or like whisper in its ear or go down on it for 15 minutes until she's like, all right, you can stop now. They're really realistic, but I imagine their voice is still like a 1950s sci-fi robot. That's how I imagine that going down. Yeah, I guess I'll talk about the whole pandemic. It's I think we're over the worst of it, and just in the sense of like I think the first few weeks were the hardest because there's a lot of uncertainty. You know, there's a lot of questions of like how you get it, how deadly it is, when we can buy toilet paper again. There's a lot of questions. And I'll admit, I was one of those people who stockpiled a bunch of paper goods when they first gave the shelter-in-place order. Like, I went to the store and I bought all of the Get Well Soon cards that they had, and all the My Condolences cards.
Oh my god!
Really bad. I didn't want to look like inconsiderate to my family, but luckily, no one in my family got sick. Nobody died. So now I've just got a bunch. I've been wiping my ass with Hallmark cards. I don't know if you ever seen the words "gone but not forgotten" flushed down a drain covered in shit, but it really changes your whole outlook on life. It's a dark thing. I've also there's good things about this pandemic. There really are. Like I think I finally have time to cook, which has been a positive. Did not have time to cook before because I was going out and doing stuff. I can cook for myself. I don't like doing it when my roommates are around, and I'll tell you why. When my roommates are around, and I'm making food, I know the polite thing to do is to offer them some, but I also know that what I made is complete dog shit. So it would also be polite to not put them through that, right? Like it's really a catch 22. Like I don't know if you've ever given someone food you've made and they don't say anything, but that's like the worst possible reaction, right? Because if they were to say like it's a little salty, or it could use this spice, that means there's one thing wrong with it. If they don't say anything, that just means that they're waiting for you to turn around so they can spit it into the garbage. So I've just been like shamefully cooking in my room now. I don't know if you know how long it takes to cook a pot of chili over a Yankee Candle, but it's a long time. It's like an overnight ordeal. Those are some overnight beans, for sure. We lose another one. I keep seeing the gallery view change as people drop out. That's all right. You know what? I'm not doing this for you guys. I'm doing it for me. Another good thing about this whole pandemic is being able to work from home. I work in an office when I'm not doing Zoom stand-up comedy, and I have coworkers who I don't like seeing. Like I have a coworker, whenever he passes me in the hallway, he always shoots me finger guns like this. He's one of those guys. So I started doing it back to him, but like really taking aim, you know? So if he's like, hey, see you next Monday, then I'll be like, not if I see you first. That's that joke. That's Ruben's thing. You kind of stepped on my punchline, Ruben, with your whole picture. I'm just kidding. You didn't at all. I appreciate your support. I'm glad you took the time to do that. I'm sure that was an afternoon. Great job co-hosting, by the way. This show could not run without you.
Look, I do a lot here.
Really
Hey, can you mute him, please, Adriana?
Yeah,
I don't like
sure.
him talking during my set. Thank you. Appreciate it. Things are opening up now too, which is good. Like I need to get a haircut desperately from a professional. When I walk in, the barber says, "What would you like?" I'm gonna say, "For someone to touch me for 15 minutes." That's why I'm here. Very lonely. Get a hot towel. You're gonna need a hot towel. It's gonna get messy. I miss traveling. Yeah, you guys miss traveling. I don't know who to ask this to. I usually like to ask a man this question, but I feel like Ruben's probably heard this before. Ruben, actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you, Brandon. I'm going to ask you a numerical question. Just hold up a number, okay? So if you were to go on a 5-day trip, how many pairs of underwear would you pack? Oh boy. 5. Okay. I appreciate that comment. I see you too, Brandon. Yeah, I like how you pop in for burritos and underwear questions. I appreciate that. And 5, that's very confident. I respect that. I don't know if you know this, but there's people out there who pack like 6 or 7, like a few pairs just in case. And I used to be like that. I did until I remembered that I haven't shit my pants in years. Like, I don't know why. Each time I went on vacation, I was like, well, better bring an extra pair just in case. I think by packing those extra pair, by putting that brown energy into the universe, you're making it way more likely you're going to shit your pants. Start packing 5 to anyone who's not. That's my advice. I think it's different for women. That's why I ask women. I know Cynthia said 10, which to me seems excessive, but I don't really want to know, about women's underwear. So it's better for me not to know that, have that knowledge. I just assume there's like stuff going on down there that I'm not supposed to know about. Well, I always ask men. My dad, when he buys new underwear, will actually write the date in the waistband of the underwear. So I guess he knows when they expire, or when to retire them and hang them from the rafters. Like, I don't know if he does anything special for them on their birthday. He's like, oh, Fruit of the Loom, 3 years, extra detergent. But I was making fun of him for this. And he goes, Ryan, I've seen your underwear. They're pretty ratty. Maybe you should write the date in the waistband of your underwear. In fact, the last pair of underwear I saw of yours had a hole in the crotch. I was like, yeah, Dad, they're supposed to. I wear them with my crotchless khakis. For when I'm having business casual sex. You remember? When I'm not having sex with a sex robot. And then my dad was like, I don't think any of that's true. You should try writing more personal comedy that involves true things in your life. I think that would make the audience connect better to you, Ryan. I was like, whoa, that's kind of came out of nowhere, Dad. I thought we were just talking. But I mean, now that we're talking about it, what would I even mention in my comedy? Like, that's true. That's interesting. My dad's like, I don't know, Ryan. Maybe you could do a joke about the fact that I write the date in the waistband of my underwear. Like, that could be pretty funny, right? I'm like, sure, Dad, that's a funny premise, but jokes need like a setup and a punchline. I don't know where I'd go with that. It's just a funny idea. My dad's like, Jesus Christ, Ryan, I got to do everything for you. Maybe here. What about this? What if you do a callback to that joke you do about the crotchless khakis? Or like the sex robot joke you do? Like, that could be funny, right? I think that would work. I was like, I don't know, Dad. It's 2020. Most audiences are pretty comedy savvy, especially Zoom comedy audiences. And I don't think that they're going to laugh at a simple callback. And if they do, that's not really the kind of audience I want to entertain. And my dad's like, oh, well, la-di-da. What kind of comedy do you want to do, Ryan? Huh? You want some self-referential, ironic humor that's all meta and postmodern? You think that'll get the crowd roaring on a Friday night in a Zoom room? But it's going to stare at you blankly, waiting for this joke to end. Huh? Why don't you just quit comedy and jerk off to a David Foster Wallace essay, you postmodern bitch? It's like, whoa, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's not warranted, right? I mean, he was right about you guys not liking that bit, but the other stuff was way too far. Like, I do some true stories. And my dad's like, all right, well, let's hear one. So I told my dad the story of when I was in high school. My friends and I would get high on marijuana and go to Olive Garden for their unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks deal. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but for like $10, you could get unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. And when we heard this, we're like, there's no way they took into account the appetite of a stoned teenager when they made this offer, right? Like, we're going to make these motherfuckers run out of minestrone. But the only problem is, like, I'm a nervous guy. And when I smoke weed, it gets way worse. And I was sure that someone I knew would see me at this Olive Garden, small town, and tell on me to my parents that I was high, right? Sure enough, the first person I see when I walk into the Olive Garden is my second period Spanish teacher, which is the worst person I could see, because I knew not only was she going to try to talk to me, but she was going to try to talk to me in Spanish, which is a language I can't speak when I'm sober, right? So I try to take control of the situation. I know she's going to see me. I start walking up to her and I say, hola, señora mate. ¿Cómo está? Está being the formal tense because we were in an Olive Garden. And then she turned to me, and she was not my Spanish teacher. She was just a regular lady I'd never seen before. And she said, what? In English? And I tried to explain things to her. I did. I was like, yo sé tú eres mi profesora de español. I couldn't stop speaking Spanish. I couldn't. Lo siento, lo siento. And I'm still lo siento to this day, truly. And then my dad was like, yeah, it's a pretty funny story. But you should really end it with a callback. And then he shot me finger guns and he walked away. All right. I forgot to hit my time. How much time do I have, Adriana?
You're at 14 minutes and 22 seconds.
What a fucking professional. You guys see that? 30 seconds to go. Right on his mark. Oh my gosh. Now I just left 30 seconds to brag about my timing. And a little bit of time to thank the show. That'll probably be like 2 seconds at the end, but mostly got 14:32. That's when I asked for the light. That's amazing. And great show, Adriana. All right, it's been my time. I've been Ryan Goodcase. Thank you so much.
Yay! Everybody give it up for Ryan.
Good job, Brian.
That was
Thanks.
Number one fan.
I appreciate it.
bullet.
That's quite a collage.
These are all my favorite pictures of you.
I like how some of them are flipped. That's a good detail.
That is, yeah, that's a very nice touch, Ruben. Yeah, I mean, we give you the full treatment, the full fan treatment here at OK. So yeah, thanks for being on the show, Ryan. It's much
Swim
appreciated.
fan?
Yeah, it's that one movie where there's like that like lady goes like crazy, like is a fan and goes crazy.
Why didn't you say Misery?
Wait.
Well, because I didn't.
They're a
think
fan
of it
of a
first.
swimmer?
I guess so. I have to look up the. I may have fucked up in referencing something that I know very little about, so that's actually on me. Ryan, how are you doing right now?
I'm pretty good. I'm very tired. I felt very fatigued recently, so I'm just planning on sleeping a lot this weekend, and hopefully I feel better.
I hope so too. Are you getting enough vitamins and water and stuff?
I don't know. I never really kept track. I look at the nutrition facts of what I eat, and like as far as vitamins go, like nothing rarely breaches 15%. I'm talking even like fruit. Sometimes I'll just Google like how much vitamin C is in a banana or something, like or zinc or whatever, and it's still like 10-15%. So it's like I have to eat fucking 10 bananas to get my daily value. Like that's how do people ever get to 100% with these things?
I have been told. Well, you probably shouldn't eat like 10 bananas. I know that you're just using you're just using an example, but let's fucking rip off of this. I have been told that you should not eat a ton of bananas, because there's like so much potassium in it that if you eat like I don't know more than 7, you'll die. I have also been told that like a good way to make yourself throw up is like eating 2 or 3 bananas in like short succession and then drinking a Sprite really fast. And
Yeah.
I did learn this from a couple of guys that I did theater with. So that's expected science from teenage boys, but that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that was something that went around my school as well, and I think at one point it was presented as like a way to get high without drugs. If you have 3 bananas and then chug a Sprite, and it just makes you throw up. But I don't know anyone that fell for that.
No, the person that I learned that from was intending to throw up, so I think
a finger down the throat would probably be
it would be less expensive.
Cost-effective. Yeah, certainly.
I mean, not that I don't think fruit is going for too much these days, unless you're getting something truly exotic.
Oh, I think we can just talk about this for the whole interview. But I also remember learning when I was a kid that Air Force pilots, when they're training, will often eat bananas beforehand, because when they first like feel G-force, a lot of times people will throw up, and apparently bananas taste very similar coming up as they do going down, and that's why the pilots would eat bananas.
That sounds. I mean, have you ever thrown up a banana? I feel like
I don't think so.
I feel like that would be absolutely like correct though. That a banana would probably, because it's not super acidic. It's not like it's
like
gonna,
baby food.
Yeah, you just like, and it's what is a weird like. What's a weird like old wives' tale or urban myth, urban legend that you remember hearing in high school? I think my first one was like Marilyn Manson got his like 2 lower ribs removed.
Yep, that's a great one.
To suck his own dick. I've heard it's Alice Cooper. It's gone.
It's not Alice Cooper. It's not Alice Cooper.
I'm just saying is that it's gone through a couple of different iterations over the years. But I've heard that it was Alice Cooper. I've heard that it's Marilyn Manson, but that's mine. What about you?
I definitely thought that was true until like somewhat recently. I do remember going around in middle school, and then I just never, bothered to look it up or think about it critically. And then when it was referenced as an old wives' tale, then I was like, oh, okay, that's not true. As another example,
I love that old wives' tales have gone from like it's bad luck to bring women on a boat to Marilyn Manson got his two lower ribs removed so he can suck his own
Is that the
dick.
origin of that term? What's the women on a boat thing?
No, I mean like they say like with pirates and stuff that you're not supposed to have women on a ship because it's bad luck. Which I think in actuality it's like you're not supposed to have women on a ship because she'll get raped till she dies. But
right. Which is bad luck.
It's not
right?
great luck. It's
So that one kind of checks out.
that's fair. But I don't think it's I don't know where exactly the term old wives' tales come from. I'm just saying that it's really interesting to see how these things have evolved over the years. How the weird shit you hear has evolved with the times. We've gotten much less cool, I think.
Yeah. Gosh, I wish I feel like there's a lot of them around drugs or like getting high, and I just can't remember them. I remember there was one with acid, where if you took acid, then you'd have like flashback years later. But this one was even more like if you like cracked your back, then that would like bring on the flashback from your acid trip.
You just go like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Like it was like stored in your spinal fluid, and then when it cracked, it would just like juice out in your body. I think that was the science. I think that was the kid science.
See, I have heard that it is stored in your spinal fluid. Like I believe I believe that is scientifically correct. I don't think cracking your back. That's just all the joint fluid. Like it's a different thing. It's different.
That'd be cool. I forget someone's joke is like hearing that acid gives you flashback, and you're like, oh, like that sounds like a great deal. Like that's not a deterrent. It's like I get to get high again later too. That sounds awesome.
I just would hate that to come up at a really inopportune time. Like
that's fair.
Yeah, like if I was in the middle of like my child's baptism and then all of a sudden like the walls start melting, I'm gonna have a problem. But otherwise, yeah.
Are you still Catholic?
Am I still Catholic? I say that I'm culturally Catholic. Have we ever discussed Catholicism?
No, just that you said you're going to baptize your child. I just thought that was interesting.
Oh,
I don't meet many. I was raised Catholic. I don't meet many Catholics out here.
That's insane because there's tons of Mexicans and Italians here. Why have you never met another Catholic?
Maybe we just haven't talked about it. I guess it's not talked about here.
That's a very Catholic thing to just not talk about.
Yeah. I mean, and I say this as in like it takes one to know one. You do have a very Catholic vibe about you.
Thank you.
Like, and
usually I get Mormon, so I'll take Catholic.
No,
neither are great.
I grew up. My hometown. Everybody was either Catholic or they were Mormon. So like, I can suss out the difference, and I feel like I get how people would say that you're Mormon because
all right,
you're
you can stop.
White.
You don't have to say that part. Okay.
No, but you don't have this like really. You have a different like dark energy. This
just gets worse, huh?
No, like with.
You're Mormon except for your dark energy.
No. I just mean that like I get why people, white, but no. Let's see. I consider myself to be culturally Catholic, which is that like I'll still like cross myself, but I will not go to church. I don't believe in like any of that stuff. So that's where I'm coming from. But I went through the whole rigmarole because my mom told me that if I didn't get confirmed, it would kill my grandmother. So I had to do that.
Yeah, I did.
Is your grandma still alive?
No.
Well.
But in all fairness, though, she did die 2 years ago, and I got confirmed when I was 16. So that she still got to live. But she did die.
And the best part, Ruben, is that her soul is on the kingdom of heaven. So
yeah. See your grandma in heaven.
No, you gotta play by the rules to get up there. It's a pretty exclusive club.
Like, remember when you made a joke about me? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Did you go through the whole process?
I did everything but confirmation.
Damn.
I think my mom. I was like increasingly getting more and more resistant, and then my mom just gave up before confirmation.
What a gift.
Yeah.
It's
I remember.
time.
Yeah. I remember.
What's
riding in the
confirmation?
car-
Can you let him answer the fucking question, Ruben?
Oh, he's doing a great job co-hosting.
Yeah.
He's got the swim fan thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Confirmation is like when the priest is like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And then you have to be like, "Confirmed." And then you pick a saint's name for some reason, and your like uncle signs off on it. They're like, "Yeah, he's a Catholic." It doesn't have to be your uncle, but I remember I think my
Okay, I was
brother
like,
who was watching was confirmed. I think like my uncle was involved for some reason. It's a very Catholic thing. Get your uncle involved. Yeah, that's all my knowledge of it. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I remember I was in the car with my mom, and I was probably like 8th grade, and I was like, all right, here's one of my hangups with religion. Going to heaven is like eternal peace, right? But if you commit suicide, then you go to hell. It's like an automatic hell thing. So what if you're like you're a good Christian lady, and then you do everything right, you go to heaven, but your son, who you love very much, kills himself and goes to hell? Like, how can you be eternally at peace while your son is tormented for eternity? My mom's like, all right, you don't have to be confirmed. That's yeah, that's enough. You said enough.
yikes.
But it's like
Oh my
it's like one of
God.
the more basic version of that is like, can God make a stone so heavy you can't lift it? It's like there's just, what is it called? Paradox. Not is that a paradox? I don't know.
I think so.
God's not real. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry.
That's fair.
I feel like I've talked about vomit, drugs, and God, so I'm probably offending. I don't know what your fan base is, but
I think everybody is pretty chill at this point. Because if they weren't, they probably would have left. I think
That's
that's why
true.
Atu dipped out. But you know what? This is a very punk rock, interview. We're talking about throwing up. We're talking about Alice Cooper sucking his own dick. We're talking about religion and how Catholicism ain't real. Well, I mean, technically it is, but it's very, very punk rock. I'm super duper into it.
My dark energy.
that dark energy, different than Mormon dark energy, Catholic dark energy. What is an important part of your self-care?
Not caring too much.
Yeah.
Is that a good answer?
I think so.
Yeah, just like when I feel myself getting upset about something, being like, all right, probably not that big of a deal. Just don't care about it. And then that takes a lot of the anxiety off. You got to find a good balance. You can't not care too much.
Yeah, because then you're just a sociopath.
Ruben.
I think. Or Ruben.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We're worried about you. Ryan and I have actually organized this entire Zoom show. This is an intervention.
Oh boy, 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is not a good movie.
Wait, Swoop
Yeah.
Man?
That is such a crazy thing for you to reference, by the way.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Not
this
seen
movie.
it.
It's in my brain. I can't explain why it was stuck in there, but I got it out, and hopefully I'll
Oh,
forget
shit.
about it.
It
It's
was
on
released on my
Amazon.
birthday. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Was it really?
Yes, September 6th.
Wow, that's
Big
weird.
birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday a month and a half ago.
Okay, Coral, I'm going to disagree with you. It's not a famous movie. Just because you heard of it doesn't mean it's famous. Was that 19,000 votes? Pull up a famous movie. Pull up The Godfather, Ruben. See how many votes on IMDb The Godfather has.
All right, hold on. That's all I'm here for, apparently.
This is what a co-host should do. You're like,
yeah, you're making up for the fact that you were late. This is like having
To
to
be
run
fair,
laps.
Ryan is saying co-host. I'm not a co-host. I'm the sidekick.
is there
Still
a
don't
difference?
matter.
Well, because like co-host gives me too much credit. This isn't my
Oh,
show.
okay. That's fair. I've
Thank
been
you.
watching the Larry Saunders show. I don't know if anyone's
Oh,
watched
God,
it.
so good.
It's fantastic. But the co-host there has got very big sidekick energy.
Isn't it Jeffrey Tambor?
It is, yeah.
Woof.
Fantastic in that role.
All right, The Godfather has a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes? No,
That's crazy.
no, it doesn't.
The number of votes is what I'm interested in, just to see like
1.5 million,
okay, compared
and
to
it's at
18,000.
a 9.5.
Yeah. Okay. That's just I had to make that point. It's not a famous movie.
He's a numbers guy. He needed the numbers behind that, you know?
Yeah.
Anecdotal evidence isn't gonna fucking cut the mustard. Not with Ryan Goodcase.
That's
Absolutely
right.
not. Absolutely not. Okay, you know, Ryan, this has been so much fun. I apologize for spending a good 2 minutes of it insulting you.
That's okay. It's so natural.
You're a tough guy. You're a tough guy. But it is the end of the show, or towards the end of the show. But with our headliners, I like to do a would you rather speed round. It's pretty much
Oh,
what
God.
it sounds like. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of would you rather questions. You gotta answer as many of them as you can in 1 minute. That is 60 seconds. Ruben, do you have that shit on the clock?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, hell yeah. All right, Ryan Goodcase, are you ready to answer some would you rathers?
Am I supposed to give any like reasoning or just yes
Not-
or like
you
just pick one?
You just gotta get through it. You just gotta get through
Okay.
it.
So the record is 10 questions, and that was held by last week's headliner. Before that, it was like 6, I think.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think
let's-
that's partially has to do with the length of the question, but go on.
I
Okay.
understand.
3. Just shitting on the premise. Good
Yeah,
one. 3,
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
3,
Let's
2,
do it.
1,
Wait,
go.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Hold on.
Okay,
Wait,
he's
are you
not ready.
serious?
He's not ready.
Because I thought at first it was just like a would you rather thing, but am I supposed to get more than 10?
If you want. I mean, that's like the
You
you know.
just
It's,
have to answer as many as you can in 60 seconds. You
I
don't get a
just have to
prize
answer
for-
as many as I can.
Yeah.
He's gonna answer one.
So the answers don't have to be truthful necessarily. I just have to answer as
Well, I
many
mean,
as them.
be true to your heart.
Okay. I just see
Hey, Ryan?
these are all important rules. You guys
Ryan,
didn't tell
did
me.
you go to a lot of sleepovers as a kid? Because the way you're
Okay.
asking these questions makes me think no.
Just to rehash the rules. Be true to your heart. Answer as many as you can. Beat 10. Okay, I got it.
No, you don't have to beat 10. It's just if
And that's time.
All right.
Great. I'm so glad that we did this. No, you we are doing it for real.
All right.
You do not have to beat 10. I'm just saying is that the record is 10, and literally the only thing you get out of hitting 10 is just to say that you have the record. Like nothing happens. But
Okay,
It
one more
was Mean
question.
Dave. Mean Dave does currently hold the record. So
Oh, you just made it way more higher stakes. I gotta fucking beat it. Also,
Alright.
just in the effort of saving time, rather than saying like, "Oh, I would rather have like a peanut butter hat with dolphin wings," I'm just gonna say 1 or 2. Is that fair? The first or the second option.
just answer the question. Not
Okay, I am
'cause-
by
'cause
saying
I
1
will-
or 2.
No, fine. I'm not.
okay. 3. God, I just imagine a slumber party with Ryan Goodcase. And he's just like,
I bet you do,
So
Ruben.
truth-
I bet you do.
It sounds not fun.
so when you say truth or dare, I have to tell the whole
But
truth.
you want me to say the entire truth. And as for dare, what counts as a dare? How do
I'm ready when you
define
guys
a
are.
dare?
I don't know what's taking so
3,
long.
2, 1, go.
Would you rather fly or be invisible?
1,
Eat an entire apple with the core or the entire orange with the peel?
2,
Accidentally receive or send a dick pic?
2,
Eat a moldy sandwich or drink a rancid coffee?
2,
Wear wet socks or a too tight shirt?
1,
Get shot with a gun or stabbed with a knife?
1.
Get stabbed with a gun or shot with a knife?
2,
Be covered in fur or scales?
1,
Talk to fish or talk to birds?
2,
Go back in the past or forward to the future?
1,
Have telekinesis or telepathy?
1,
Drink only hot coffee or only iced coffee?
2,
Fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
2,
Be a reverse mermaid or a reverse centaur?
2,
That's time.
Okay.
Let's
how
go.
All right.
Fuck outta here,
How
Moon
many
Dave.
was it? How
You
many was
suck.
it?
14.
Damn!
fucking go.
Oh.
Smashed them.
Oh my
What's
god.
insane is that every week it seems that like the headliner gets quicker and quicker on it, because before me and Dave the record was 7. And then when me and Dave got to 7, I was like, wow, he still has time left. You were at 7 at like halfway there, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was presented to me as a competition, so I went for it.
And you know what? I think you fucking smashed it. So congratulations to
Thank you so
Ryan,
much. Thank you for
Ryan
having
Goodcase, our Would You Rather champion. Now I have to go and write more.
me.
That's okay. Everybody, please give it up one more time for Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo.
Folks, that has been our show. We got through it together, and honestly, I'm proud of us. Thank you so much for everybody who has been on the show. We have a great lineup for next week. It is our Halloween show, so get ready for some spooky stuff. Probably not really. But on the show next week, we have Molly Steen, who's in the audience tonight. Hey, Molly! Yeah! We also have Miraj Shaki and your headliner, Jesse Hatt. So please tune in. It's going to be fucking fun. And it'll give you something to do to take off your mind from the fact that Halloween got ruined for all of us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, right on.